March 3, 2016. Report of a mental body projection.
Projeção em corpo mental. O procedimento.
The procedure happened as usual.
Fui deitar.
I went to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
11 horas da noite, né?
First, there was that whole process of leaving to the astral body.
Para o corpo astral.
It was very quick.
Né?
It took me around 15 seconds to get out. As soon as I lay down, I was already leaving the body. There was a very loud noise, which is the reverberation of our chakras. The snap happened with a lot of echo, and I was already floating over my body in astral body. I am grateful all the time for the feeling of freedom and happiness. I moved around a bit, and got very close to the ceiling. At this point, my astral body took a vertical position, and I felt its expansion. My intention was to leave in mental body. It expanded to a point. I felt it inside me, inside my heart. I say heart because it would be our heart chakra. I felt an extremely great condition of brotherhood, love, and benevolence. It was as if I could, at that moment, do anything I wished for the good. And then, there was a snap with a hiss, a very funny hiss. It sounded like a bird. I was then out of the astral body, when you lose contact with immediate things. The environment had lights, a lot of energy, a lot of serenity, and linearity. I perceived the presence of consciousnesses, which looked like balls of light. I felt the same way. A communication was established and it can't be explained properly, because it's a communication at the level of energies, lights, in which you see hundreds of things at the same time. It was a state of bliss. It's a wonderful thing. I was in this state for about 3 minutes. This probably represented at least 1 hour in the physical body, when I looked at the clock. I know one thing is not connected to the other, because you can be either in astral or in mental body for a short time, and it is a long time in the physical body, the physical part. But it can represent the same thing, or even less. So, we can't have a reference of time. We have a lot to learn, because the vehicle's speeds are different. Therefore, it's a different situation. I went back to the body, made some notes, and I took the opportunity to continue the work I was doing, writing a book. I left again at 2 a.m. I always do my spiritual assistances at this time. It's a schedule I've established and I always do it. But I often offer assistance before or at other times. I'm always grateful, because for me, that's the meaning of life. So, I left the body, and now I'll continue reporting. But it's an astral projection, after having performed a mental body projection. When I left for that spiritual assistance, my astral body was very different from what it normally is.
muito diferente do que normalmente ele fica, né? Eu senti a
It was an expansion kind of
a
energy,
energia era uma energia de expansão, né? Nada que
nothing
seja
mystical.
místico, tudo tem uma
Everything has a
explicação
coherent
coerente, a
explanation.
gente só precisa aprender
We just need to learn
o
what
que
happens,
acontece, porque nós
because
estamos
we're
falando
talking
de
about
energia,
energy.
né? E eu me sentia
I felt
com uma
very
sensação muito
expanded and
grande,
very
muito
light.
leve. E eu comecei a
I
flutuar
started to
como se
float
fosse
like a soap bubble.
uma
That was the
bolha de
sensation I
sabão,
had.
porque era essa sensação que dava, né? E saí
I
para
left to
fazer a
do my
assistência,
assistance work,
né?
which
A
was in a
assistência foi
hospital.
realizada em um hospital e foi
It was a
trabalho
teamwork,
feito
it
por
was
uma
a
equipe
disincarnation assistance.
e foi uma assistência de desencarne que eu vou
I will
relatá-la,
report it in another video. How was that
no próximo
disincarnation
vídeo,
assistance,
como
just to
foi
be
essa
clear?
assistência de desencarne, para que fique bem claro. Mas foi um trabalho
It was a
maravilhoso,
wonderful
sério,
job,
né?
really.
O trabalho de
The work
assistência
of
que Deus me
disincarnation
fez é algo
assistance is
que a
something we
gente
need to
precisa
understand how it works,
entender como
so that you don't think
funciona
you're better
e
or
não achar
worse
que
when you
quando
can do
você
it.
consegue fazer isso, você é melhor ou é pior. Você apenas está
You're just
trabalhando
working,
porque esse é o
that's the
sentido
meaning
de
of
tudo que a
everything
gente
we do.
faz, né? Então é importante que
So,
a gente tenha
it's
essa noção.
important to have this
E
notion.
fui lá,
I went
fiz o
there,
trabalho
I
e
did the work,
retornei para o
and
corpo.
returned to the body.
E esse
This
retorno
return also had that sensation of soap bubbles, when
também
I
deu
was very
aquela
expanded,
sensação
very light.
de bolha de sabão, né, onde eu estava muito expandido, muito leve. E eu fui entrando no corpo
I entered the
de uma
body in a
forma
normal way, attaching
normal,
until
né? Fui me acoplando, fui sentindo até, tive uma
I had
sensação
a
ali
sensation of
de
cold body when I came
frio, né,
in.
quando eu entrei. Aí
Then, I
acordei
physically woke up, got up,
fisicamente,
and made my notes.
levantei,
That was
fiz
what
as
happened.
minhas anotações, né? E pronto, e aí já
That's it.
já está resolvido. O bom de fazer essas
The good thing
anotações
about making
é que
these
para que
notes is
faça
that
os
now I don't
vídeos, né,
make them as
para que
detailed as
faça
I
os vídeos
used
para
to.
poder fazer
I
os
do it to make
vídeos,
the
né?
videos, and some
Fazer
notes are
algumas
kept so that
anotações
I
que
can
ficam
remember them
guardadas
later.
para depois eu relembrar, porque nem
I
sempre eu
don't
falo
always
tudo
say
o que
everything in the
aconteceu nos
videos,
vídeos,
because
eu
I
sei
know
que
some
algumas
people may
pessoas
not
podem
accept it,
não
or they may
aceitar,
question
né,
it.
ou questionar. E eu
I
sei
know
que
it's
é
important
importante
to
a
be
gente
very
ser
correct and
correto, né,
coherent,
coerente,
but certain things you
mas
do in the
determinadas
spiritual
coisas que
world,
você faz no
people
mundo
may think that's
espiritual,
not possible,
as pessoas vão falar assim, mas isso não é possível, ou isso
or that it's ego
é
exaltation.
exaltação do ego, isso, entendeu? E não é
And of
nada disso
course they are
não.
not. After
Então,
the notes, I
depois
finished.
das anotações,
I'm reporting it here
eu
today feeling
finalizei,
thankful.
né?
I'm going
Estou
to report the
relatando aqui
assistance in
hoje,
another video.
agradecido. Eu vou fazer o relato da assistência de desencarne em outro vídeo.
Would you like to participate in a work of energy giving from afar that is benefiting thousands of people? Click on the link below for more information.